You're all in this man. You're facing out control. I'm not the operator.
That's it, man. Game over, man. Game over.
Please, you can kill it.
What has gone far?
Nobody trusts anybody now.
Come on, you hate. You want to live forever?
I got a really bad feeling on this.
Godzilla will live.
And welcome back to the 96th episode of the Monster Movie Stompdown. Of course, you got your host, Sludge, here. My host across from me.
It's Mark.
And the master from Texas.
Ruben.
And we are here for our Christmas episode. Of course, you guys will be seeing this right before Christmas Eve. And for this one, we decided to do something special for you guys, a Christmas-related movie, one that is brand new, actually ran in theaters December 9th through the 22nd this year. We're doing the Grinch parody, The Mean One, which I'm pretty stoked about. I know Mark was a big fan of this movie.
Great fan.
So, so we are ready. We're in Christmas spirits. Well, at least I know Ruben is. Ruben, look at Ruben's awesome Christmas hat.
Yeah, look at that. He looks good.
He's got the Yoda ears and the light necklace around him.
Oh, yeah.
That's it. Yep.
That's awesome.
Since I don't have a tree in the podcast room,
So,
figured I just wear something
that's
like
okay.
around
So
my neck.
we've got the tree, we've got our gremlin, and our Godzilla, and our bowl of Chica Sticks, and just picked up more Japanese steak-flavored Cheetos. But they're in these cool little snack-size packs now, which is pretty sweet. But, yeah, so we're all Christmassy. But, Mark, where's your hat, man?
Bah humbug.
Well, we can't be bah humbug. We got to be in Christmas spirit.
No,
So
I am in the Christmas spirit, but I'm just working, and I don't have a Christmas hat.
well, you know, it's a good thing that me and Ruben love you as much as we do, because me and Ruben made sure we got you a Christmas hat.
Oh, yeah, let me see what this thing's going to look like.
Are you ready for your Christmas hat?
Yeah, let me see it.
Okay, all right. 1 second here. Let me get it for you.
I have been set up.
Here you go. Here's your Christmas hat.
What is this?
That's your Christmas hat.
What are these things?
Your Christmas glasses.
Oh, no, I can't.
This is all for you, man.
Okay,
Well, you might want to put it on underneath the headphones.
I was thinking I would have to. Hold on.
Yeah.
So while he's
I had
getting
the same problem. I had to
so wrong.
Ruben,
I had to go to a new set of headphones because the ones I usually
head's too
use, the
big.
hat wouldn't go with it. Yeah.
We'll take the band off, the paper thing off.
What paper thing?
I don't. Yeah, maybe that might help. Mark is struggling to try. He gives you a little extra half inch there.
Tell you what.
What I'll need. There's going to do it.
As he does this. So I don't know, Ruben. His might top yours now that.
Yeah.
It might. Yeah, look
You
at
set
that thing.
me up, Ruben.
All right. You know.
Yeah.
Will that even work?
want-
Like get around your head there, Mark?
Yeah, it's there.
We don't want to ruin the surprise for you guys yet until he gets it. If he can get it on, we'll find out. So, because we want to make sure you were in the spirit with the
Did
rest
you go
of
to
us.
the Dollar Tree and get these?
I did go to the Dollar Tree and get these,
I can
actually.
tell.
There you go.
That's where I got my hat, too, and that's why my hat is
There you
like...
go.
Yeah.
Now you got it.
But yeah,
Really?
you got your Christmas glasses. So excited for this.
Yeah, I am. Can't you tell?
We were talking about this before. It's like, man, we're going to be in Christmas spirit, and you need help with that, man?
It's falling off. It's Dollar Tree.
It is Dollar Tree.
Yeah.
There we go.
There you go.
And
Are you going to go over your other glasses there? Let's
Over
see.
my glass.
over your glasses. Man,
There you go. You look at that.
he is
man.
in the spirit.
Ah.
Broke them.
I didn't break them.
How'd you break the glasses? Hand me those things. We're going to make this work, man. This is in
man.
full Christmas
I
spirit.
tell
here.
you
Those were
what.
glued.
Were they glued on?
Yes.
Hold on a second here. Sledge is
Yeah,
going to work
here
this
we
for
go.
you guys. We're going to make sure.
Why don't we just do it on these?
You want to just do it on those?
Let's do it on those.
Maybe it worked out that it was dollar store glasses. Had these. If I get fingerprint smudges on your glasses, I'm sorry.
Look at them. I've been at work. Are my antlers right?
Definitely got some
Yeah,
smudges on them.
they look good.
Thank you.
This is working out
All right.
nicely.
Yeah.
The logistics of this is
Oh,
working
it
out
is.
great.
You
Yeah.
know, I don't know how blurry your vision's going to be, but we'll try and see if we can make this work. Oh, you got to take the headphones off again. We promise this is going to be worth it. This is
Better be. Oh, what are you doing?
Oh, my been that down my head. I just tied it on with the tie there.
Look.
See
There
all
you
right?
go.
I can
Oh
see.
man! All right,
All right.
he has got
That's
the
it.
most
There
Christmas
you go.
spirit. Are you all
That's it.
ready to see Mark and his
All right.
Christmas spirit?
Merry Christmas. Give it to me. Are we
There
good
you
to
go.
go?
That is where it's at. So,
Oh,
yeah.
look at that. Oh, man. That's
Hell yeah,
top
man.
notch.
Lucy
Like,
yeah.
in the sky. Elton.
There you go.
Yeah, that's what.
Yeah, that's exactly what that
when I
is
looked,
right
that's
there.
what I
yeah.
thought.
you're pretty spot
Yeah.
on with
Yeah.
that. So now I feel like I'm in the least Christmas spirit now.
Yeah.
Just with my regular hat.
You can wear those
I might even-
glasses if you
I'm even
want.
try. Use dollar. Does it make me look smarter?
There you go. Oh yeah, that's
Is
you,
it?
man.
All right,
you were
man.
good.
Ruben,
You were
what do you
good.
think? Does this work?
Yeah, that'll work.
I mean, I was the only one without glasses, but now, hey, dude, I'm rocking glasses with
Hey.
everybody else. So.
There you go.
All right, now we're ready for the Christmas episode. Pretty stoked about this. So, all right. So, yeah, guys, this is episode 96. We are creeping close to episode 100, and we're going to plan something special for you guys. But, again, for this one, we wanted to do a special holiday film, and it just worked out that, well, it was a little tricky to watch The Mean One. For you guys for Christmas. We want to do something new and fresh, and it worked out perfect that The Mean One was dropping around Christmas time. Originally planning to be on digital streaming on December 15th, but got pushed to theaters on December 9th instead, and we'll discuss exactly what happened after you see the trailer.
Remember that story about Cindy You-Know-Who? When her Christmas was stolen, she knew what to do.
Why, Santa Claus? Why?
But what if I said that's not how it went down?
You gonna be okay? Because we can turn around right now.
No. Poor girl. Her mother was killed. Her mind snapped.
Did you ever find the Christmas killer?
Never got a reliable description of the man.
Dad? He's out there! What if the Christmas killer is back?
This town cannot go through another Christmas killer thing. Not again.
Us folks down in Newville, we liked Christmas a lot. But that thing that lives just north of Newville does not.
What is it?
The mean one. He's slippery, he's elusive. He's a mean one, that mister.
I'm not going to be a victim anymore. Time to roast this beast. You're a dead one, mister.
All right, so that was the trailer for The Mean One, and actually, I forgot there was something I wanted to bring up during a little banner section because I think it's pretty interesting. So before we jump into the movie, did you guys hear about the Godzilla and Kong leak today?
I did not. I did
Why
not.
Ruben, you did, didn't you?
I did. I sure did.
So
It was all over the internet.
me and Ruben discussed it a little bit, and again, this is a plot leak, so take this with a grain of salt. However, the sources it came from pretty much called all the same plot leaks for Godzilla vs. Kong and
Kong.
Godzilla King of the Monsters, so
Yeah.
they've been spot on so far. But apparently, the big bad in this movie is going to be Legendary's version of Space Godzilla for it.
Wow.
So what do you think about that one?
That's kind of intriguing, exciting. I think that could work.
Well, we all know where Space Godzilla ranks on as far as a movie on my list, pretty low. But I will say, so we got to talk about some details for it, is that apparently, based on this leak, a sentient alien life form crashed on Earth millions and millions of years ago, and is ultimately what caused or created Hollow Earth and created the Titans, creating them into what they are. And of course, this creature gets loose and starts to evolve or mutate into a monstrous form with a plant, because it's supposed to be Legendary's version of Biollante. So we're getting a Space Godzilla eventually in this film. But so this sentient alien life form merges with this plant life form and starts causing problems because this thing can apparently, according to this leak, mind control life forms lower than itself. That means all the Titans except for Godzilla and Kong, because they're the only two true Alpha Titans. So there's supposed to be a fight between Godzilla and Behemoth in this. There's supposed to be a fight between Kong and a Muto as well in this. So this thing's supposed to be able to pretty much take over the world. I mean, if it can mind control any being that's lesser than it, we're talking the Titans, animals, humans. This is probably the biggest threat that Godzilla and Kong has ever faced in this in the MonsterVerse. So that concept is cool, but obviously it's not powerful enough with just the plant life, however its first form is going to look, that it then finds the skeleton of a Godzilla. Thoughts are probably the one from 2014 that's in that movie, and the second form is a skeletal version of Godzilla with the plants all around it, and then the final form will be the final space Godzilla, as it brings it all kind of back to life. And the final fight will be Godzilla and Kong having to team up to fight this sentient alien space Godzilla. That's the gist of it.
So it's more like Orga than it is Space Godzilla, right?
I would say
Orga. Right. Yeah. Would you say because Orga did that? That's what Orga was all about. You know what I'm saying?
That's very true.
It was from outer space.
Are they going to tie this up in one movie?
Yes, they're supposed to tie this up in one film. One film. So it'll, because we know that the tentative title of the movie is Godzilla and Kong Origins. So this movie is supposed to deal with the origins of the Titans and Hollow Earth. And it's all supposed to be one film. Me personally, I don't like the idea that this alien creature is what created Hollow Earth, because ultimately this alien creature is what creates Godzilla. I don't like that at all, not one bit. However, doing a spin on Space Godzilla being an alien sentient creature that crash lands into Hollow Earth, I could totally go for that. That has mind control capabilities to control everything on the planet aside from Godzilla and Kong, because they're the only two true Alpha Titans, so it can't control them, but can control all the other Titans, can control, all the humans, makes it the biggest global threat ever, including a form of Biollante, because we know that Space Godzilla was made from Biollante cells, assumedly, or Mothra, but, the gist is it's from Biollante, is really, really cool. And the fact that it then has to pull a Godzilla skeleton to form a new, more powerful creature to take on Godzilla and Kong, that could be done really gnarly. Like, that could be really disgusting and terrifying looking at the same time. Oh, and apparently Kong and Godzilla, will obviously team up, but they have this mentality of like, you again. Like Kong's in Hollow Earth.
Yeah.
Godzilla's on top, and they don't really want, they're respecting each other's boundaries, but don't want to have to deal with each other, but have to.
I will work with you, but doesn't mean I have to like you.
Exactly. Yeah. That's the concept between the two of them.
See, that happens a lot in wrestling storylines.
Oh yeah.
Where two enemies get together. Yeah.
Right.
So I like that idea. It doesn't make sense that alien came and created everything, because Godzilla and Kong are enemy. That's their enemy. So why would you create something? I guess Godzilla and Kong rebelled. None of that makes sense to me.
Yeah, to me, that whole part of the league, it doesn't make sense, and I don't like that at all. So
I'm like, how can I don't think I like the idea of an alien form coming down, because Ghidorah was, even in the movies and the Legendary, was said not to be of this planet, right?
Right.
That was in the Legendary. That was going back to the original Ghidorah. Ghidorah was never of this Earth. So as far as an alien form being on Earth, that's already happened. Now, maybe if it's, like I said, it's one of those things where you had Kong, you had Godzilla, and then you had this other life form, this Space Godzilla or whatever, and they duked it out, and they ended up losing. Then Kong and Godzilla survived. I can see that. I don't like the part where it's the creator of Godzilla and Kong, because if it's a Godzilla created Godzilla, then it created Kong, right?
Right. That's the part that I'm just like, no, I don't dig that. So
in Ghidorah and Godzilla, King of the Monsters, he controlled the other monsters, so it's not a new concept. And what they're what they're trying to pull on that, according to the league.
Right. So to me, that all that stuff just sets up for a bigger worldwide, it makes it big enough to where it's the whole Earth is at stake, which is cool. So that stuff's cool. But I don't know. That's just a plot leak. But again, the sources it came from were pretty much spot on with Godzilla and Kong, Godzilla vs. Kong, Godzilla King of Monsters. So we'll see, how
that goes.
We just wanted to throw that at you guys. So that's something new and that'll be fun to discuss. But let's jump into the mean one, shall we? So, okay, here's how this goes. The mean one, of course, is a parody story of the Grinch. So you've got Cindy, who's played by Crystal Martin. She's actually, at first I thought she was a UFC fighter because she is like in insane fighting shape in this movie. But she's actually a stunt coordinator on other movies and a stunt performer. So that's why she's, it looks like she could beat a man up with no problems. But so she, Crystal Martin plays Cindy, who, and at the beginning of the movie, her mom is killed by the mean one because they never call him the Grinch. They come close a lot in the movie.
Mr. Finch.
Yeah, but she's killed by the mean one, and it goes 20 years later, and she's coming back to Newville, which is where this all happens, to sell the house, and she goes back with her dad to sell the house and kind of get closure on what happens. And of course, they get back and. They set their Christmas decorations. They decide to do it before they sell the house. And the mean one shows up again and kills her dad. And then it's just all-out war. She's got to stop him because now he's killing all kinds of people. You come to find out the reason why he shows up is anytime he's, someone puts up a Christmas light or plays a Christmas song, boom, he's there and he's taking out anybody who's doing that stuff. It's not like I'm going to wait for Christmas Eve and take the presents. It's like you show any Christmas spirit, you're dead. Because this whole town they can't find any Christmas decorations to buy for their house. They have to get some from their attic because they don't celebrate Christmas at all in this town because of the mean one. Now, the sheriff who was there when she was a kid and is still the sheriff now, Sheriff Hooper, he's kind of in cahoots with the mayor, Mayor Bean, who every one of us absolutely despise and could not wait for that woman to die. They knew the history of the mean one, and so they've kind of killed Christmas to keep the town safe. But, of course, Cindy, she meets up with another character whose wife was killed by the mean one years prior named Doc Zeus. Yes, like Dr. Seuss, because there's tons of little awesome Easter eggs in this movie. And teams up with them, and then a new police officer in the movie, Officer Burke, to take down the mean one. And it all boils down to the very end of the film where she takes the mean one on, not one-on-one. She fights him with Doc Zeus at her house, and spoiler alert, she of course uses a lot of awesome weaponry. She's got her shotgun, looks like a candy cane. She's got Christmas ornament balls that are hand grenades that she's made, because there's an awesome training montage at one point where she decides she's not going to be helpless anymore and starts getting all buff and learning to shoot guns, kind of like Gizmo and Gremlins 2. When he's had enough of of Spike, the one gremlin, and he's got the Rambo scene where, like, in order to survive a war, you got to become war. He starts lifting the weights, and reminded me of that. Like, that's one of the reasons I love the scene of in this film. So she, it's all out war against the Grinch, and she's got him down there at the end and is about to stab him, and realizes he has a necklace on. She sees a necklace, and this necklace goes back to the beginning of the movie, because as she's little tiny Cindy, who, she sees the Grinch. Before he's mean, because you find out he's all pretty and green, not ugly and green, at the very beginning, putting presents underneath her tree, she gives him this necklace, and he has kept the necklace the whole time, and you come to find out the reason why he turned mean was because her mom thought he was a monster. She started to attack him first, and he never actually kills her. She falls on a spike that's attached to a nutcracker, and it goes through her neck, and then Cindy calls him a monster. And that whole situation traumatized him, and is what turned him into the mean one and made him start killing.
So he was innocent, and everybody else was the guilty party.
Well, at the beginning, but afterwards, he's definitely not guilty. He's definitely not innocent. He's guilty. So, and she realizes what happened, and so she says, "I forgive you," and then gives him a kiss on the cheek. And then, in classic Grinch fashion, he rubs his cheek. And then his heart starts to grow 3 sizes. And he freaks out and tells her to run and throws her off of him. And he rolls over. And because his heart's growing so big so fast, it explodes right in his chest and kills him. Fan-freaking-tastic way to end the movie. So that's the gist of the movie. We, of course, were supposed to watch this on December 15th because it was going to be on the streaming. However, they did get a deal to get it in theaters December 8th and 9th, right? Is that right, guys?
Yes. Came out on the 9th.
Originally.
Right? Yeah.
Okay,
Originally,
okay.
Yeah.
So came out, supposed to be in the theaters for just like a day, and did extremely well. Actually hit number 2 at the box office when it came out on the 9th. And by popular demand, people wanted more of it in the theaters, and so they extended the theatrical run till December 22nd. And removed it from the streaming platforms until after the theatrical run. So that we almost didn't do this movie because we were like, okay, well, we'll have to get theaters to see it. And me and Mark, there's a theater about an hour away from us, was the closest one that was playing it. And we're like, yeah, we can totally make this. We'll go see this one night before we record the episode. But then poor Ruben, how close was the closest one that had it for you?
San Antonio, 2 hours away.
Oh.
2 hours. So obviously that we couldn't make it, so we found a way. We won't say how, but we found a way to make sure we all watch this because we promoted it and we were like, we got to do it. And man, am I glad we watched this movie. I'm just going to go ahead and say it. I'm going to start this one because dang it, I'm the only one that seemed to really like this film. I thought it was fan-freaking-tastic. So this movie started out, it was directed by Stephen Lamort, and they actually did, and I need to find it, but they did a trailer. It was just a mock trailer that they were going to do, making fun of the Grinch. And I guess it got such great reaction, they decided to partner up with, I can't remember the name of the company, with a company to do the full-length feature. And, of course, for the mean one, they hired David Howard Thornton, who's really big right now because he's the clown from Terrifier and Terrifier 2. Terrifier 2 did fantastic from what I'm seeing. So they got David Howard Thornton, who is phenomenal as the mean one. Oh, I do want to add, it was in 162 screens as of yesterday. What is today? Today, while we're recording, is the 20th. So as of the 19th, this movie's done $450,000 in the box office. Not sure what the budget is, but that's pretty dang good for a very, very limited release of a film.
Yeah, that's what I was going to say. To reach number 2 on that limited release, that says a lot.
Yeah, and to pull $450K, and they didn't even drop the poster till November 23rd, and the trailer didn't even drop till November 28th. Then it hits theaters December 9th. So I mean, there was no promotional run for this film whatsoever, other than really word of mouth. So I mean, it's done really, really well. Reviews are still coming in. Reviews are definitely mixed because a lot of people either hated it or they loved it. Me, I loved it. So this is definitely a low budget film. Now, of course, the makeup for the mean one, or the Grinch, played by David Howard Thornton, is really, really good. There's a lot of CGI blood, which I'm never a fan of. But
a lot.
There's a lot of it. But man, they knew going into this movie what they were making. They knew that they were making a dumb, cheesy, B-rated holiday parody monster film of the Grinch, and they ran with it that way. It was one of those. This crew, and I watched some of the behind-the-scenes stuff. They were having a blast the entire time they're making it. Just you see so many clips of them laughing and having fun. They knew what they were making, and they didn't try to do it to something else. They were like, "We're making a cheesy movie. We're going to make it." Cheese as can be, and they hit all the marks. They didn't try to be something different. So, I mean, one of my favorite scenes, of course, is when the SantaCon, all these people in college or age or whatever, they're going to, I guess, some Santa convention, and they're all dressed like Santa, a bunch of guys and girls. They go to this restaurant outside of town, and, of course, they're all singing Christmas songs and dressed like Santa. So, it's just a big big target for the mean one to show up. And he shows up, locks the door, and just massacres everybody in some of the funniest ways because he's so jolly. And David Thornton did phenomenal as the mean one. He just acted perfect because he acted like the Grinch. The part where he's scooting across the floor on his fingers, just like the original film, was really, really cool. He beats that one dude up in the Christmas tree blow up with a candy cane, then stabs it through him. Like a little cane walker. Every bit of this movie was just complete cheese. Everything Christmassy you could possibly think of to kill a guy with. The mean one did it. And there was a lot of cool Dr. Seuss stuff. I mean, Cindy meets Doc Zeus, who is probably the best character in the movie. The guy who played Doc Zeus, John Bingham, that dude deserves not an Oscar, but he deserves at least a Saturn Award for best co-actor or whatever, because he was fantastic as Doc Zeus.
And not only that, but he was a walking trigger for Grinch. He looked just like Santa Claus.
Oh yeah,
he really did. Yeah, he looked
Yeah.
just like Santa Claus, and he was, and, and he's the one who kind of ties things together, gives the backstory a little bit, and he was just fantastic character. And so they go to meet up when Cindy first meets Doc. It's at a restaurant in town called Horton's. So like Horton, here's the Who, here's the Who.
Oh yeah.
So tons of cool little, Dr. Zeus nods in there. I'm so glad the mayor died, and everyone who watches this, you will be too, because she is the most annoying. You just want her to die.
Yeah.
You're just like, please die. If you stick one more sticker on somebody else, then I'm going to lose it. But I thought it was fantastic. Special effects, minus the CGI blood that was overused, because there is some practical effects in this for blood. Now, there's a lot of practical effects for the kills, but as far as the blood goes, there was far more CGI blood than practical. Aside from that, the special effects were great. I mean, the action sequences were really good. They did a fantastic job. I thought everybody acted very well in this movie for what it was. It's a B movie, and some of the performances are better than, like, I wouldn't call Doc Zeus's performance or David's performance as the mean one as a B-rated performance. Like,
No.
they were really good. Like, I could imagine Doc Zeus being in Super Troopers. You know what I mean? Like, he was that good. Cindy, Crystal Martin, she did a really, really good job overall. But there were moments, where I'm like, I could tell you're a stunt actor, but you're doing really good. You're probably doing better than Kane Hodder would have as his first role. Everyone else was, not bad. It was above par for this type of budget of a film. So I loved it. Like, this one will become a staple for the holiday seasons for me now at this point, because it was just fun. It was super cheesy. They didn't go overboard with the cheese for me. It was just right. It was just perfect amount of cheesiness to it. And there's tons of times in the movie where you're like, she's out looking for the Grinch on the mountain, and all of a sudden a couple shows up out of nowhere, and it's like, this makes, things happen. It just makes no sense sometimes in the movie, but just like, you just don't care. You just want to see David Thornton show up as the mean one and just exact Christmas revenge in a great way. So I love this movie. I rank it super, super high. No, we'll get into the Stompdown rating in a little bit, but I had a fantastic time with this movie. Like, I had a blast. Ruben, what'd you think?
Well, I'm not a big fan of parody type movies. I never have, just never have been. But this movie was okay. I liked it. I thought all the kills were cartoonish, but that's probably more endearing than it was a minus for that movie. So, I thought it was great. I thought all the throws to Dr. Zeus and, all the little Easter eggs that were in it, they were cool. I liked them. I enjoyed it. I liked it. I liked the scene where it reminded me of, like, oh, it's going to be like, like Peppermint or Enough. Cause all of a sudden she goes, I'm tired of this. And then she starts working out and, kickboxing and doing all this other stuff and, getting all her weapons ready and stuff.
We assume she does that in a day? Like, does she become a gun master in a day?
Yeah, because it's all in the holiday season. It's like, I don't, I'm like, okay, whatever, but that you went to Gremlins, I went to Peppermint, the movie. I don't know if you guys have ever seen Peppermint.
Is that the one with Jennifer Garner?
Yeah, Jennifer Garner.
Yeah, I know what you're talking about. Yeah. So, I could definitely see that too.
Yeah. You went to Gizmo, I went to Jennifer Garner. No surprise there. So
he go to Phoebe Cates land first.
Oh,
yeah.
So, but Phoebe Cates, when it worked out and did then I'd be all for it. As a matter of fact, my original plan for this hat was to cut out a picture of Phoebe Cates and cover this up, put it on there. Didn't have enough time to do that. So, but anyway, all in all, the movie's fun. I'm just not a huge fan of parody movies like that. I just never have been. I'm not a, I Know What You Did. All those parody movies they did. I don't know. I Know What You Did Last Summer in the Middle of Nowhere or whatever. Scary movie.
Yeah,
I've never been a fan. Yeah, I've never been a fan of Scary Movie or any of those. So so it started off in negative territory. But that being said, I enjoyed it. I thought the kills were more funny than they were horror. Like, I consider this a comedy, not a horror movie. I don't know how you guys feel about it.
No, definitely, because I think it's how it's listed as a comedy horror on IMDb, or horror comedy, one way or the other.
But it was an interesting take that he was actually not a bad guy to begin with, but he was green, which there's a lot of plot holes. Like the mayor and the sheriff are feeding him, and that's how all those tourists are getting lost up there. I'm like, well, what was he eating before he met Cindy? You know who?
Right? Yeah, they never answered that. Like, what was he eating before he became mean?
Yeah, before he became mean, what was he doing, and what was he doing in the house? When I first saw it, I'm like, was he trying to steal Christmas? And then the mom caught him in the act, but no, she gave him a necklace, and he seemed like a nice creature or whatever in the beginning. But so that never made sense to me. And then the fact that all of a sudden they're feeding all these tourists to him. And I mean, that poor shop owner, all he did was open a box and not even a second, say, I didn't order Jingle Bells. And he just jingled it one time and he's dead.
That's all it took.
That's all it took. I'm like, and he's dead. I'm like, what? Do none of these stores have bells as they open the door? Does anybody open that door? Do they get killed instantly? That just didn't make any sense to me. But I will say, to stay positive on this, it's a fun movie. The kills are very cartoonish. So if you're squeamish, you may or may not have a problem with the kills. I mean, this is nothing like Saw or anything like that. They're very cartoonish, and they're more, for me, they were more of a comedy kill than they were an actual violent death, even though people are beheaded and things like that. It just was so
it was like, let's get as creative as we can with each kill is what they said.
Yeah, and that's what it was. So there's creative. It wasn't over the top violent. What I just didn't see it as violent. I don't know if that makes sense. Somebody being beheaded, not being violent, but in watching it, I just didn't think it was violent enough. But you were right. The acting was spotty. Some people did great. The deputy, you can tell it's probably one of his first roles.
Officer Burke,
yeah. And Cindy, who, you could tell her first occupation probably wasn't acting. Not that she did a horrible job, but it's just you could tell. When I was watching those two together, I'm like, am I watching a Hallmark movie here? Because the acting was on par with a Hallmark movie on some of these. So, but it was fun. I would watch it again. I would watch it again when it starts streaming. I'll watch it again. If it was at the theater, I probably would have paid to go see. Like if it came out next, and I was able to go see it this week, just to see it on the big screen, I'd probably go see it.
Same here. Like I was even contemplating telling my wife after I watched it, I was like, man, if I get the chance to go watch this in theaters before we record, I'll make the hour drive. Like to me, it was just that much fun.
Yeah, so it's not that it's me and it's my bias that's getting in the way of giving it a higher rating than maybe Sludge gave it. But all in all, it was a fun movie, and it wasn't like I'm like, I've seen far worse. Just put it that way. I've seen far worse. So
Oh, definitely.
I would watch this over. I will watch this over Razorback any day of the week.
Man,
we knew that was coming.
I don't understand that one
but for the first time, I disagree with you on that, Ruben.
Okay, well, and that's okay. It's just Razorback is my ship of monsters for Mark's, equivalent.
Wow,
to that.
I feel like we need to call Russell Mulcahy just to let him know.
Ship of Monsters actually. This movie did more for me than Ship of Monsters. If anybody remembers Ship of Monsters,
yeah. I was way back in our history, but yeah. Well, I'd watch this, and I really liked Ship of Monsters because of the wrestling, the luchadores. But I think I would watch this one over Ship. I mean, I like Ship of Monsters, but they're on the same level with me, I guess. So.
Well, I definitely enjoy this one more than Ship of Monsters. Not that I didn't enjoy Ship of Monsters. I did enjoy that one, but this one was just, I love this one.
But then again, the Ship of Monsters, even though I had never seen it before, was a nostalgia always added that little bit because watching those luchador movies when I was a kid. So that's what helped Ship of Monsters kind of overachieve on this one, or overstomp on versus this one. Because I don't remember what I gave Ship of Monsters. I might have given it a 3, if I remember correctly, somewhere around there.
Yeah, I think it was somewhere around there.
So. Yeah, something around there. But that had a lot to do with, nostalgia. So, but I would recommend this movie. Somebody said, "Hey, Is it good? I would say yeah. It's a good movie. I'd go watch it.
Well, let's find out what Mark thought about it, the one with the most Christmas spirit right now.
Oh, yeah, the most Christmas spirit. This movie
Yeah.
stunk. Did not like it from the get-go.
Stank.
When you look
stunk.
yeah, exactly. At parody movies, they're somewhat going after a major film, and they're making a parody of it. This one doesn't, in my opinion. Okay.
Oh, okay.
They only make it parody because they throw Hortons in, or they put the Grinch in a green costume. The best I could take from it, it was just a murder movie. Okay. And I'm saying that because it's just, it's, other than his green outfit, did his mouth ever close during this whole movie?
Yeah, his mouth closed a couple times.
Because I don't even remember seeing it close. It was, to me, it was just like, good Lordy, this outfit, it could have been a whole lot better. If you're going to do a parody on a movie, you need to make sure it goes with that. Not, in my opinion, not go with a completely different plot. So
you mean like you would have liked it more if it was the plot of The Grinch That Stole Christmas?
Yes,
but turned it fully into a horror movie instead of ripping
exactly
off of that.
Yeah, the mayor making flyers up to lure hikers to come hike so they could feed him. Okay. To a lot of that, to me, I would have left that out. I just wouldn't have.
Sorry,
done it.
I'm cracking up the fact that you're jingling over there. Like,
am I jingling?
You're jingling. Yeah, sorry.
Sorry, man.
Go ahead.
That's my
Sludge.
bad.
What I think is he takes it personal. The Lorax is taking this personal.
Oh yeah.
They've hacked up a Dr. Zeus movie.
Yeah, you're exactly right. That's true. Yeah.
I think it's personal. That's what I think.
So for those who don't know, Mark's nickname is the Lorax. He comes up in my phone as Lorax. When I was in the protest, everybody in the protest, the band I was in professionally, they all call him Lorax because he speaks for the trees, and mainly because his mustache looks the same.
Yes, exactly.
And even when he calls his work corporate office, it comes up as Lorax on their phones of the office. So
they know automatically. Hey, Lorax, what's up, man?
Yeah.
Okay, and you may be right on that, Ruben. Because my stop rating's really low. I don't think the acting was there. I didn't like the plot. The CGI was just at one time blood splatters on the camera lens.
Yeah.
Okay.
Come
on. It was just killing me, and I was like, do I have to watch any more of this movie? I would pay more money to buy these than go to a movie and watch that caliber of movie.
Well, that's not fair though, because these are freaking fantastic. These are snack gold.
Exactly. I'll take the snack gold. So anyway, that's where I'm at. I was very disappointed with it. Thought it could have been a lot better. The storyline, I just think they could have done a better storyline if you're going to push the Grinch in Christmas time. And where were they at? Okay. There wasn't any snow. It was Christmas time. You had hikers up in the mountains, and at one point, she's in shorts.
That's true.
That's true. You're
severe lack of snow in this.
It's none of this is really adding up to me. But that's the.
Oh no! Wait, there was snow in his cave.
Oh yeah, when they were up in the mountains. Yeah, you're right. There was. But
how'd the snow get in the cave?
Good call on that one too.
Yeah, so, like I said, it's absolutely ridiculous.
Yeah.
Yes, and so that's me, man. I give it a thumbs down if I was Roger.
That's a huge plot hole that I didn't even notice because there was so many of them. Yeah. But you're right. He's digging around in the wallet. It's in the snow. You're right.
Exactly.
Okay, well, you've heard what Mark thought about it, so let's find out.
If you want some of these, we can set you up. We're not setting you up with the mean one.
Well, let's get to it then. It's Stompdown rating time. Okay, so collectively, definitely because of Mark, This movie got a 2 out of 5 for the Stompdown rating. Mark gave it a big whopping 1. Ruben a 2.5, and I gave it a 3.5 because again I love this movie. But 1, Mark,
Yes,
1.
One.
That's pretty low.
You're right. I mean, it is, but I was that disappointed.
Oh man, but
I don't think even the big screen in a theater is going to help this movie.
Wow.
Okay.
Well, I mean, you gave.
Let me ask Mark this. So, what's your parody movie? What is your high rated parody movie? If you could think of one off the top of your head.
Wow. I mean, going all the way back to like Airplane and some of those Charlie Sheen,
the Hot Shots movies.
Yeah, I mean those are good movies. And,
those are good. You're right.
But the money
put them up against
the money is put into that, and I think they do a good job at that. And I just don't think this is a B movie. Don't try to take a B movie and make a parody out of it.
Was this film but this was an independent film, right? This wasn't backed by a major.
Yes. Independent film.
Yeah, it's an independent. So you can't. I mean, it is what it is, an independent film. So you can't put up, Hot Shots or anything like that up against it because they had a big budget. But I understand what you're saying. If you're gonna do it, do it right. If not, don't do it at all. I know what you're saying.
Yeah. I mean, you could very easily made a good movie, and not a monster movie out of that, and not had it anything to do with the Grinch.
I know what you're saying.
Yeah.
They could have taken the original Grinch story, which was very short.
Yeah,
but they could have taken it, and made it just put in some kills in that same storyline, and they would have been fine.
Yeah,
it's like, I'm going to steal Christmas. And then, he eliminates some people to get that done. And he has to break into houses and, throw in a couple of casualties while he's doing that. And you got yourself a good horror movie.
Yeah.
I know exactly what you're saying.
I can definitely see the points there. I mean, where's Max? They didn't even have Max in the movie at all.
That's true.
That might have worked if it had been some vicious dog.
That would have been great. The Resident Evil Doberman. If you would have had a Resident Evil Doberman, that would have been great.
Yeah. That would have been great.
Yeah.
So I can definitely get that point. For me, I mean, obviously I gave it the highest. I don't know. I went into this one and it felt like I was watching. Now, this is nowhere near as good of a film as what I'm going to compare it to, because what I'm going to compare it to is a far superior film. I watched this and I felt like I was in the same spirits of watching Crabs. I felt like they loved this idea. They loved the Grinch story, and they put love into it. But they could definitely not hit the mark on a lot of stuff, a lot of plot holes. But I kind of got that. When you watch Crabs, you knew they had a blast doing it. You knew they loved what they were doing, and I kind of felt the same way with this one, which was probably why I gave it a larger rating than most people may think it deserves. For me, at least. But man, I totally see the points too. I mean, if you're going to do a parody, do it right or don't do it at all, like you guys were saying.
Well, now
like Crabs, they went in and did Crabs right, though. I think Crabs was done right.
Well, see, I haven't seen
this one
yet.
Yeah.
And I know you two got to see it and do the interviews and all that, and I didn't get a chance to see it.
But
to me,
I forgot about that.
But to me, it's Crabs isn't a parody of some other movie.
Yeah,
true.
Yeah.
No, it's not.
It sets on its own, which makes it completely different, and that makes the chances of it being a better movie right off the start.
I think Mark's just saying if you have to pay respect to the material, the origin material, the original material,
definitely.
or whatever you want. Mm-hmm. Which is a big pet peeve for me. I hate it when they do it for superhero movie, anything. If the source material needs to be respected, if you're not gonna, that's why Godzilla '98. Fell on its face.
Whoa. Okay,
there was no respect.
Where are we going
there was
here?
no respect for. Yeah, there was no respect.
Careful, Ruben. He's going to get upset. You go, dog.
He's going to get upset.
It's 98. Yeah.
No, Dog 98. Please, yes, absolutely do that. But
that's what leads to failures. Like Godzilla '98, one of its main faults is the fact that it had no respect for the source material.
Exactly.
Very little respect. So and that's what Mark sees in this movie. Me, not as much as Mark, but I see Mark's points perfectly as far as that goes.
Yeah, I can agree with it.
You
got
got
the same for you. So, well, there you guys have it, man. A 2 from all of us. So it's really kind of a flip of the coin on whether or not you might like this movie. It'll either be right up your bag, or it won't be. It definitely depends. So, but 2 from us. So you get the chance. You don't have to pay a lot of money to go watch it, or get to watch it. Watch it for free on streaming, and then you let us know what you think about it. But as Mark suggests, don't waste money on this one. I think would be fair to say.
Hey, I speak for the trees.
Exactly. The Lorax has spoken. So
there you go.
Well, there it is from us for the mean one, and I can't wait to get to the next one because somebody made me watch Son of Kong, and we are going to discuss that. But it is time to test your might.
Test your might. Test your might. Test your might. Test your might. Test your might.
All right, so it is time for our trivia game that we do every episode, and y'all seem to really like it. We definitely enjoy this, and we do want to thank Charlie from Give Me Back My Action Movies for sending in the trivia. Even when he might not be correct, like the last episode. When
I feel that was 100% accurate.
Yes,
100%
Charlie
accurate.
was on it last episode.
Well, agree to disagree, but he is the question master, and we will let it lie with the question master, even though I still disagree with that whatsoever, because we talked about the scene that he was referring to was in Pacific Rim Uprising, where on the digital screen you see different, like Godzilla and Batra, and I made the point, well, you also see Gamera and Giron, and you see Yongary's on there, so it's like Pacific Rim is apparently part of every monster universe or movie that's ever existed.
That sounds right. That sounds right to me, Mark. Don't you think that
I'm with you.
right?
Yeah, exactly. Good job, Charlie.
Oh my gosh. Okay. Well, anyways, moving on to Son of Kong. I did watch that movie, and for the love of everything, I have not watched that movie in a long time, a very long time. And after watching it, I don't know if any of you listeners or viewers have seen Son of Kong. Please skip it. Don't ever watch it. It makes zero sense. So Carl, of course, is being chased by lawsuits and courts for what happened with Kong, because everyone in New York blames him for damages, and everyone's trying to sue him. Him and the boat captain, let's just take off and make money, shipping cargo. So they end up going to Kerrang or somewhere, and they pick up the female lead played by Helen Mack. And then they go, they find out from this other guy that Carl knows, who we got the map from originally in King Kong, that there's supposedly a treasure on the island. Well, he's lying because he's just trying to get off the island where they're at. They go to Skull Island. There's mutiny, and Carl and Helen Mack's character and the captain and that guy who tried to cause a mutiny just to get away from Kerrang or wherever it was. They get stuck on the island. Blah 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 blah. Kong's got a son. He's trapped in quicksand. All of a sudden, Carl feels bad for killing his dad, so he rescues him from quicksand. He fights a couple terribly, terribly made stop-motion beasts. They find out, there really is a treasure, and all of a sudden they find out there is a treasure, and then all of a sudden a massive Skull Island-style storm shows up, and an earthquake, and volcanoes, and the whole freaking island sinks, and at the end, Kong's son's holding up Carl out of the ocean from the island sinking and saves his life, but he dies, and whatever. That all happens in the last 20 minutes. It is terrible. It takes like an hour, a little over an hour to get to the island, and it's all crap. And when they get to the island, it's even worse crap. And I'm going to officially say this, and I'm sincerely mean it with all that I am. I will willingly buy a movie ticket to go see a re-release of Titanic and watch that over Son of Kong.
Wow.
I despise
There you go.
Ruben, you've caused some damage, I think, on this guy right here.
Yeah.
Man,
I hated it. I hated
he
it.
would go see Titanic?
I would willingly watch Titanic. I would willingly watch Titanic. I would willingly watch Godzilla 98.
Okay,
I
well,
would even watch.
It's right over there. You
no,
could actually, it is.
Well, yeah,
I see it
Titanic
right
is over there. That's true. It is over
Yeah,
there.
so you can just go ahead and schedule a watch.
I'm not saying that I'm going to. I'm just saying that I would if I was put in that situation.
Okay.
So anyways, Son of Kong, don't watch it. Don't ever watch it. Don't pay for it. If somebody forces you to watch it, file a report with the FBI because you have criminal charges stacked against them, like I
There
will
you
with
go.
Ruben.
That would work.
All right, so let's get into this, man. It is time for trivia, and if I win, yes, there will be hell to pay.
Before we go on, I have an idea.
What's
Sludge,
the idea?
since this was such torture for you, the next time you lose a movie and you don't want to watch it, you can opt to see Titanic.
Awesome. Awesome idea.
Get out of
awesome idea. I'm backing that. Yeah.
What? So,
yeah.
So
you're
let's say you
saying-
lose, and you can, and it's a movie that you despise even more than Son of Kong. If me and Mark come up with it, you can get out of jail free card, and you can watch Titanic instead.
There you go.
My get out of jail free card for a movie is Titanic.
That's
I'm
right.
gonna put that in the back pocket, and I will, depend on the movie, I may. I watch some crap now. Like I watch some bad movies, and yeah, we might have to do that. I might have to use it as a jail free card. If anything's this bad, then yeah, I might opt for the torture of Titanic over the something else again.
That's great. That's great.
All right, so it's time for trivia. So here we go. Let's see, we've got. Okay, actually, I'm sorry, we have more than 3 questions here.
What?
We have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5.
But I only
6.
have 3. I only have 3 slots on my paper.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, hey, y'all talk to your loving, question master.
What has Charlie done?
All right.
All right.
Here we go. Number 1. If the Grinch were a sandwich, what kind of sauce would he come with? Okay.
Oh, I heard that's easy.
A, strychnine sauce. B, arsenic sauce. C, mole sauce. Or D, cyanide sauce.
Good
it's
Lord.
mole. It's mole.
Mole. Sorry. What?
Wow.
I'm taking a guess at that. I don't even know what that is.
Me neither.
Okay.
Hang on.
So A is strychnine sauce. B is arsenic. C is mole. Or D is cyanide. I want to go mole. I got to watch Austin Powers now. Dang it. All right. Ready for number 2?
Yeah.
Where does the Grinch live? A, Mount Kravitz. B, Mount Crumpet. C, Mount Gross. Or D, Mount Surly.
Say him again.
Do you need to repeat over there?
Yeah.
That one? Okay.
What in the world?
A, Mount Kravitz. B, Mount Crumpet. C, Mount Gross. Or D, Mount Surly.
That one's going to be...
What's that one going to be like, Ruben?
That's one's going to be a guess for me, so...
I actually think I know that one. All right. Don't cheat on my paper.
I'm not.
I'm just telling you.
I'm not. Move your paper.
Well, we're on a small table, sir. That's right. Block it with the Cheetos.
There you go.
All right. Next question. How long has the Grinch hated Christmas? A, 33 years. B, 13 years. C, 73 years. Or D, 53 years.
What are we basing this on?
I know.
The movie we just watched?
I have no idea. It's Grinch trivia. So, I guess.
Okay.
So,
could you what was it again? 33?
All right. So, it's A is 33 years. B, 13 years. C, 73 years. Or D, 53 years.
I'm just going to guess on that one. I'm going to guess how old the Grinch is.
That's what I had to do. I had to guess. Ready for the next question?
Yeah.
Okay. Which TV network originally aired How the Grinch Stole Christmas? A, NBC. B, ABC. C, PBS. Or D, CBS. And I can't
remember. I can't remember.
I actually know this because in studying Charlie, I studied the old Grinch movie. So
okay, so he may have one up on us already. I hope I don't have to watch Titanic.
Oh, which one? I mean, I know. I'm sorry. Say them again because I didn't know which one. The answer, I didn't know the letter.
Okay, so A is NBC, B is ABC, C is PBS, and D is CBS.
Okay, got it.
All right. Next question. Who voiced the Grinch in the original TV special? A. Vincent Price, B. Bela Lugosi, C. Boris Karloff, or D. Peter Cushing? I know this one.
I don't know it.
How can? Oh man, I just don't know. If y'all don't know this, then you should seriously consider not hosting this show anymore.
Okay.
You gotta know this
I
one.
may have to retire because I do not know.
Come on, I mean, this legendary who voices that.
Well, you got 4 legends right there too, just on the list there. So, all right, we need to go to any of those again.
Nope.
All right, last question.
Good Lord.
What
I
is?
think I've missed all 6
I
of
think
these.
he just gave this one for all of us. What is the greatest Christmas movie ever made? A. Die Hard. B. Also Die Hard. C. Of course, Die Hard. Or D. All of the above.
Well, we got to.
All right, that's a freebie.
That is a freebie. Thank you, Charlie.
Or should see? Well, okay.
Loved it. All right, so we ready for the answers?
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay, here we go. Let's get this.
This is
All right. If the Grinch were a sandwich, what kind of sauce would he come with? The answer was B. Arsenic sauce.
It's in the lyrics.
Is it in the lyrics?
It is.
Yeah.
It is. Now that you say that.
It's in the
I
lyrics.
forgot about that. All right. Where does the Grinch live? The answer was B. Mount Crumpet.
All right.
Uh-oh.
That was my guess.
2 for 2 for Ruben. I don't like the way this is going.
Yeah.
Golly, how long has the Grinch hated Christmas? D. 53 years.
I wonder how you come up with that number.
I missed it. I missed one.
Missed one? Okay, here we go. Which TV network originally aired How the Grinch Stole Christmas? It was CBS.
CBS.
Dang.
All right.
Me and Charlie want to talk. All right. Who voiced the Grinch in the original TV special? Boris Karloff.
Karloff. All right.
I knew I had that.
I missed it. I got to retire.
What is
Got
the,
it?
I had Peter Cushing.
You
I
didn't
had
know it was
Peter
Boris
Cushing.
Karloff? Oh,
wait.
Goodness.
What did I have? C.
C.
Oh, okay.
Yeah,
No, I got that right. That was right.
You got that right.
I was thinking Peter Cushing the whole time, but I did write C down.
Okay, yeah. So, yeah, Boris Karloff. Look down on that one. All right. What is the greatest Christmas movie ever made? The answer is not Die Hard. The answer is not also Die Hard. The answer is not, of course, Die Hard. The answer is all of the above. It's Die Hard. All right. I have 3 out of 6.
I have 4 out of 6.
Ruben?
5 out of 6.
So
it's
you lost.
You lost 2.
I did not.
Dang it. What am I?
What's on the list, Ruben?
Hold on. I'm going to bring up my list now.
Yeah.
Let's see here. I wrote it down. I got to come back to I got to go back a couple of pages to.
I'm going to check with Stompy and Frank, but I'm thinking after these last few episodes, there must be some drama going on between Sludge and Charlie.
There's no drama going on.
I think what's going on, and they would know better. They're around the two of them more. That there may be some feelings going on there that are not so good because you noticed how before he won trivia left and right. Just
he
boom,
left
boom,
and
boom.
right.
Then all of a sudden, bam!
Hey, when they were based on monster movies,
bam! He just like bam!
I was nailing it. But Grinch, I'm way off in left field with that movie. You know how many times I've watched the original, How the Grinch Stole Christmas?
A bunch.
No, maybe twice.
Really?
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah, there's something wrong with you, man.
Yeah, I was never a fan. I'm actually a bigger fan of the Jim Carrey one. Now, the Jim Carrey one, I've watched like a dozen times.
I'd rather watch
Go ahead and
this
shut your
latest
mic
one.
off.
Yeah, I'd rather watch. Yeah, no.
Yeah.
You're watching Creature from the Haunted Sea.
Oh, sounds like a winner. He likes it. I can see the smile on this man's face.
I actually just watched that last week.
Oh my goodness!
I willingly chose to watch that movie last week. I was like, I ain't watched this in a while. Let's watch Creature from Haunted Sea. Yeah, it's on the Plex. So I'll totally watch that again.
You already watched it.
Yeah.
Man,
Unless you have another pick, Ruben.
What else you got written down there?
I gotta call Pete, and then we'll see.
Yeah, get some of the Pete movie on there.
Yeah, let me see. Let me go back to my list.
Oh my God!
I cannot believe.
Yeah, that he's seen it.
Oh, here's one. Have you seen Zotar, the Thing from Venus?
Zoltar with John Agar. Totally have. It's on the Plex too.
You know, oh my goodness. Go with the original. Creature from the Haunted Sea.
Yeah.
Creature from the Haunted Sea. Totally, yeah. I'll totally watch that again. Ain't gonna be a problem. This is what tells you guys.
Dig deep.
This, for those listening and watching, okay, Zoltar, the Creature from Venus with John Agar, most people would argue is probably one of the worst movies of all time.
I think I had to watch that.
You did. You had to watch that early on.
Yeah, you made me watch that.
Yeah, remember we couldn't even find a real trailer for it?
Yeah, yes.
Oh, you see, I wrote it down. I didn't even know you had to watch it. So we'll go with Haunted Sea.
Creature from the Haunted Sea. Totally down for it, man. Totally fine with me. I watch that again. I actually quite enjoyed that one.
But Mark, it makes sense why he would give the mean one a high rating.
Exactly.
He considers.
He gets excited. He gets excited.
Dude, there's fun in these campy movies, and now, I mean, Zoltar is not the best by any means, but it's still, it's John Agar, man. John Agar's awesome. So, all right, I lost again, and Charlie, I love you, but
I would like to know how he figured out how old the Grinch was, because I don't think that's in the lyrics.
Yeah, I have no idea. How is he? What is that? What was it? 53 years old?
53.
Yeah, and I've never read the book. Maybe it's in the book.
I've never read the book either. Maybe it is. Maybe
it's in the book.
Charlie did good on that one. I love the Die Hard.
And I thought, I studied that. Matter of fact, did you know in the book he's white? He's not even green.
No, I've never. I had no idea. I've never read the book at all.
He's white with yellow eyes. I think, yellow eyes.
Wow, I did not know that.
In the book,
I had no clue. So,
okay, well, what did he say the answer for that was?
I believe it was 53 years old.
And what I'm finding here is the Grinch was 8 years old when he went to Mount Crumpet, okay, and spent 53 years. So that time of the story, he is 61 years old.
No, but the question was, how long has the Grinch hated Christmas?
Oh, okay. So yes, 53. That's where he's got it from.
So when he went to Mount Crumpet, something happened to him.
Yeah.
So he went up there.
Yeah.
So that must be in the book. That's probably it.
Well, those kids at the school made fun of him for shaving his beard. Or, I mean, that's Jim Carrey.
Oh, yeah.
Never mind. I don't know if that's actually in. I can't remember if that's in the original The Grinch or not. I've got it on the Plex. I'm going to go back and watch that again.
That's not. The original one is what, 26 minutes?
Yeah.
Yeah, it's super short. I remember it being super short.
It's just very good, though.
But it is very good.
I literally went to wipe my glasses. Mark saw it. I went to there's something in my eye.
So he's trying to wipe. He's trying to clean the lens
Boris
of the
Karloff, man.
Yeah. I'm going to clean the lens on my
That's great.
glasses with non-existent lenses. Jiminy Christmas. All right, guys. So thank you all so much.
How do you do that?
Dude, I have no idea. It's time to wrap this one up. I mean, come on. Mean One, you go check it out if you want to. I had a lot of fun with it. Ruben thought it was pretty decent. Mark absolutely hated the film. So you've been warned on whether or not it's going to be any good or not. Again, I lost the trivia, and I have to watch Creature from the Haunted Sea. No, because I watched it 3 days ago. So it just worked out that way.
Wrong.
Thanks, Ruben. I appreciate that so much, man.
Man, I tell you what,
it's a great.
That's
Christmas
all right.
gift.
All right, Pete will help me out. Pete will help me out for that.
Oh, by all means, yes. Ask Pete. I'm totally cool with you asking Pete.
Yeah,
so.
yeah.
Pete is the one that told me about. I mean, I've seen the Swarm, but he's the one that suggested the Swarm.
There you go.
That was pretty bad.
Different monster. Yeah. I mean,
I've seen it as a kid. I remember this. I thought the Swarm was pretty decent. I was a dumb child. I lacked some intelligence on films.
You thought the Swarm, or what?
The Swarm. The Swarm.
And I think I told you I saw that at the theaters, and I didn't think it was bad neither. But I don't think I would go back and watch it again. It was one of those niche movies, The killer bees were attacking. They were coming from Mexico, and
the only thing I think of when it comes to the Swarm is I had to have just watched The Hand. Do y'all remember The Hand with Michael Caine, where he was the comic artist that loses his hand and comes alive?
Yeah.
So I had to have just watched it and then was like, what else can I watch with Michael Caine? and come across the swarm was like, yeah. It was just on a Michael Caine kick, maybe? I don't know, but I was wrong back then. So, anyway,
as a matter of fact, you just reminded me. I know the perfect movie, if I ever win again, to give one of you guys, because it's an outdated movie that's going to be probably very ridiculous to watch. I just thought about it because I saw it at the theaters too.
Oh, I kind of want to know what it is.
Go.
What movie? What is it?
Oh, wait a minute. Why am I going to tell you? You're going to go watch it and enjoy it.
The possibility is very high of that happening, Ruben.
Okay, I'll just tell you, so you'll know what's coming, because you're probably going to have to go put it on your drive on the Plex.
Probably.
The man who saw tomorrow. Did you guys ever see that movie?
The Man Who Saw Tomorrow. I'm thinking of The Man Who Knew Too Little with Bill Murray.
No,
that's what I'm thinking of.
No, this is A Man Who Saw Tomorrow. Is a movie made in the 70s about Nostradamus.
I was going to say, isn't that about Nostradamus? Yeah, I think I've seen that. Yeah.
Yeah.
From the 70s. Now I'm thinking of, when I go back to Nostradamus, I'm thinking of The Prophecies of Nostradamus, the Japanese film. From, was it Toei?
No,
or Toho did that one?
This is one of those movies in the late 70s. Disaster movies were real big, like the Poseidon Adventure and all
Earthquake,
that.
all that jazz.
Yeah, Earthquake and all that. And then this one kind of like, there was movies about the end of the world at the end of the 70s.
Yeah,
and this one was one of
when Vincent Price, Last Man on Planet Earth, the original I Am Legend, come out?
Yeah, there you go. Yeah.
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 I'm trying to think of who was in that movie.
What, The Man Who Saw Tomorrow?
Yeah.
It was Orson Welles.
Yeah. It's like a documentary type.
Yes, it's a documentary.
Yes, I have seen that.
And so they read like passages of the Bible.
No, I haven't seen that. And if I lose, I would really punish me by making me watch that.
Yeah.
Oh, that tells me a lot right there, the way he answered that. So, all right. So I will be watching Creeps from Home to see and let you guys know about how much I actually enjoy that movie on the next episode. So anyways, from all of us, of course, want to wish you a Merry, Merry Christmas and want to give everybody a chance to say Merry Christmas to you. So, hey, from me, Merry Christmas. From the Jingle Bells,
Merry Christmas.
And the Master in Texas,
Merry Christmas, everyone.
Y'all have a great night.
Good night.